Okay, so hi guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're checking out the new Phantom X. TECNO is relaunching the Phantom brand as a sub-brand where it will be focusing on flagship devices, and this is their first iteration. It will be called the Phantom X. I think it's called Phantom X because the last Phantom we saw was the Phantom 9, so X for 10. Anyway, let's check out what's in the box. I haven't looked at the device myself, so this will be my very first impressions of the phone. Then we'll check out the cameras because people love the cameras, and then we'll see how flagship quality it is because TECNO wants to venture into the flagship market, and this is their first device to compete in the flagship sort of category. So there you go. As you can see at the top, it's written Phantom X. Then at the back, you get the specifications of the device. So you get Phantom X network, GPS, Edge, LTE. It comes with a Helio G95. It's 8.7 millimeters thin. It has a 6.7 Full HD AMOLED display. It's written AMOLED flexible dot-in screen. It's Full HD plus the display. There's a 48 plus 8 megapixel front camera setup with dual flash. Then there's a 50 plus 13 megapixel plus 8 megapixel rear camera setup with quad flash. And it has a 4700 milliampere battery with 33 watt flash charge supported. So if you get your box and the seal is broken, you know it's not genuine, but this seal is not yet broken. There you go. So at the top you get a card written. Can you see this? It's written for the ones who are worth it. For the ones who are worth it. So if you're worth it, this is your phone, I guess. Then the presentation is quite different here. So there's a case to this side and the phone, I guess, is on this side. Let's first start with the case. This very nice presentation. So the case is sort of, it's not plastic, it feels like leather, but it's plastic on the inside. And on the inside, it's written designed by Yongnuo. It has a space for the microphone at the top and the camera setup. This is really good. Whoa, this feels very premium. This is a glass finish, I guess. At the top, it's written Phantom X. To the side, then you remove that first section, and you get another presentation here. Check it out. So I guess this is the charger, X. These are the earphones. Let's start with the charger, the 33 watt fast charger. Another smaller box. It's huge. This is the TECNO 33 watt charger that you'll be getting. Then this is the earphone section. So it has a metallic finish for the connectors, and okay, it feels really good. I hope they sound as good as they look. This is the type A to type C cable. It has an orange color inside to signify that it's a fast charger, which feels quite empty. It has your SIM ejector tool, the usual 12 plus 1 month warranty, and nothing more inside there. Is there anything below here? Okay, so there's nothing below here. Now let's take a look at the Phantom X, the highlight of this video. Look at that. Look at that. This is the new TECNO Phantom X. And on the front, guess what? The display is curved. So yeah, it's an AMOLED panel that goes curved, sort of the flagship quality we've seen with very many different devices. So at the bottom is the speaker grill, the Type-C cable, a microphone, and the headphone jack. So there's still a headphone jack on this flagship. So on this side, there's the volume and the power buttons, the volume keys and the power buttons. At the top, there is a microphone and the SIM slot. So the SIM slot is at the top. On this other side, it's very clean. Then at the front, you can see the dual front cameras. On the back, you can see this huge lens. So at the back, there is a 50 megapixel main sensor, a 13 megapixel ultra wide sensor, and an 8 megapixel digital zoom sensor. I guess that's how they're supposed to be. At the bottom, you can see the TECNO branding. I hope I can show you this well. So at the bottom, you can see the TECNO branding. This is a glass finish, I guess. Is it glass or plastic? It feels like a glass sort of finish. Looks really good, and it is textured, so if you scratch it, it's textured. It doesn't do a good job at avoiding fingerprint scanners, but it is there, so it's quite good. You can notice there's a laser sort of sensor there, and then there's a quad flash on that side. Let's switch it on and see, but it feels really, really good on the hand. This is really good. I swear, for very many people who will acquire this phone, they will feel the difference between this and other TECNO phones. This is well built. This looks really good, feels really good on their hand. The curved display looks really good. It's also not a big phone, as you can see. Looks really good, especially the curved display. So the boot time is very fast. I've just noticed that whenever I'm unboxing a TECNO device, it takes quite a while to boot. This has just come on almost immediately. So I guess that's because TECNO, and even Infinix in the past, we've noticed, TECNO has shifted from using eMMC storage. Here we have very fast UFS storage. So choose your language, choose your country. Wow, this looks really good. I did not expect TECNO to build a device that looks this good. Honestly, this looks amazing. Look at that. This is so good. I'll have more shots of the device inside here in this video to just show you this display. This display is amazing, and the fact that it is carved on the sides is so well done. It isn't very aggressive. It's not such an aggressive curvature, so I think it will resist touch from the sides very well, as you can see. Quite good. The UI is different, actually. This UI is different. I like this look. I feel like TECNO always tries to have a very annoying UI, but this looks different. I wish if I swiped, I would find the Google UI, the Google Now cards, but you get this. So on the side there's quotes and all that. On the other side there's more apps. I wish they were different. The bloater was reduced. As you can see, there's graffiti, a couple of useful apps. There's Boomplay, there's AHA games. They're quite reduced, but I still wish they weren't there, so that I will get to install them if I wanted to. Having them there feels like TECNO is really pushing things I don't need, but they're there, and you can always just uninstall them, so that's okay. But this phone looks really, 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 really good. So let me try and use the phone, then talk about the cameras and other things in a few. Okay, so guys, I've had an interaction with the phone for quite some time now, a few minutes. As I told you, this is the first time looking at it, and even knowing the specs of the device. Here are my thoughts. The display looks really good. As you can probably tell even from this shot, the display looks really, really, really good. I like the brightness levels. I like the quality of the display. It's a 90 Hertz panel. I didn't know that. So 90 Hertz AMOLED display. The fingerprint scanner is underneath the display. So that's quite good. That's sort of a premium feature, so that's good. The curved sides are not as aggressive as I thought they would be, which is good, which means it will reject accidental touches on the sides. That's really good. The camera, I feel like I should do a full camera review on TECNO.com, so get ready for that. But the camera looks really, really good. The 50 megapixel sensor is really good, and you can even capture photos in full resolution, in the full 50 megapixel resolution. As you can see, the LED, the quad LED back is really good. So if you're in low light, you should be able to capture really good photos, even in pretty low light. There's a sensor here to help with focusing. Works really good and works really fast. In the camera, I also like the UI. It's quite easy to know where to go. On the side, there's a way of switching between the sensors, which is important because before that, you didn't know how to use all the different sensors, and there are only 3 right now. I like the AI mode, which knows what you're capturing really fast. For example, immediately you switch to the front, it knows this is a portrait photo, and it switches and sort of works for that. If you are looking to be using the front camera for video reviews, this is how it look like. Really good. And yeah, so we'll talk about more in the full review. And so for my first thoughts, if TECNO is moving into the flagship market, this is a good first device to showcase what they can do. I hope to see better in future because I expect this to be around 35,000 at maximum, given what I'm seeing. And yeah, I hope we can see sort of a cleaner UI, remove all this bloatware. I hope we can see them embrace Google even more, because on the side they still have this iOS shelf. I don't like it. I want to see my Google Now cards on the side. And yeah, it's a really good phone. For my first impressions, the cover is quite good. The build quality is quite good. I hope we can see wireless charging because this looks like a glass back. I hope we can see better, bigger sensors. This is a very good improvement. 50 megapixels is really good. And yeah, that's it for my first impressions of the device. Tell me your thoughts in the comment sections below and remember to subscribe.